You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 19th day of February 2024. A very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani and my co-presenter on the sign language interpretation tonight is Boniface Murithi. Now to a top story of the day, and President William Ruto has led the cabinet in its second retreat in Naivasha, Nakuru County to review the Kenya Kwanza government's scorecard and highlight key accomplishments since the administration assumed office in September 2022. During the retreat, the president reiterated his commitment to transforming Kenya into an economic powerhouse, further dismissing critics who oppose the stringent measures implemented by the government, arguing that he will not settle for popular opinions at the expense of stagnating development. Nelias Wanjiru begins our bulletin with the following story.
President William Ruto has led the second cabinet retreat today, which aimed at reviewing the Kenya Kwanza government scorecard since it took over the reins of country's leadership in September 2022. The Kenya Kwanza Parliamentary Group meeting's main agenda was to report on the progress of the second session of the 13th Parliament, with a view of setting the agenda for the third session. The head of state has cited the major success in food security, adding that for the last 5 years, farmers have recorded huge harvests whose impact is still being felt.
One of the big successes that we have had is on matters food security. I think it is a big issue. We had a situation where we had a crisis, and the crisis was not limited to Kenya. The crisis was global because of what happened with conflicts around the globe, because of matters of climate change, because of the drought. We had a very we had a crisis in our hands. By God's grace, we got rain. We had a good plan. You people allocated money for fertilizer. The Ministry of Agriculture and all the other agencies help.
On the coffee, tea and sugar sectors, President Ruto pledged that his government will table a motion in Parliament to expand the Cherry Fund and to work with the new Kenya Cooperative Creameries KCC to set another fund allocation that will see milk producer paid on time from July 1st this year.
We are proposing to expand the coffee Cherry Fund. Again, in the supplementary estimates, we will be coming to Parliament to ask for some allocations. We are working with Treasury on how that can be facilitated, because coffee has had a very difficult time with the cartels and all the other characters in there, but I think it is taking a turn in the right direction.
On the issue of job creation, the president has recorded that this government has come up with different programs deliberately to create jobs, especially for the young people in Kenya. Among them, the affordable housing program and digital superhighway. He has meanwhile urged every member of parliament to have ICT hubs in every ward in their constituencies.
And I want to urge members here, your first priority is to make sure that you are ahead of the game in making sure that we have ICT hubs in every ward in your constituencies. You have heard me say it, and I mean it. And many of you who have done a small thing out of it, you have known that you have seen the impact it has. Jameni, musifanye program hii ifaulu kwingine, and this is a program of your government.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who was present in the meeting, emphasized on unity and cohesion among the government and legislation to serve the people of Kenya. Gachagua also urged the cabinet secretaries and permanent secretaries to replicate what the president does while visiting the counties.
Together in the national government, let us involve them. And if the president has time to engage them, I have time to engage them. You should also have time to engage them. And I also want to plead with our CSS, our PSS, don't relegate consultation of elected leaders to your personal assistants. Do it personally, because we do so ourselves. When we are going out, the president creates a day to engage with leaders from that region, understand the issues, agree on the program, and everything is very seamless.
Last year, which was the second session after the elections, and when just before we did our first budget, we will all remember the first NGCDF disbursement was done at the end of February, the very first one. And by June 30th, Your Excellency, 100% of our NGCDF disbursement had been done. For the first time since I joined Parliament in 2013, it was the first time that we had NGCDF being disbursed 100%.
On his side, Aaron Cheriot, the majority leader of Senate, raised concern that senators have on the implementation of this year's budget, saying many of the governors are setting high revenue projections which are unrealistic to achieve.
If you look at our counties, Your Excellency, because of many of them borrow their budgeting framework from what is done in the executive. And we have done well in managing this economy, despite all the difficult challenges that we've had. But, Your Excellency, there's something that we can improve, and we should as a team. When doing our budgets, including the BPS that has been laid, the business of setting extremely high revenue projections and budgeting on it leaves us with pending bills in our counties, and it is on account of it, Your Excellency, that we have the debt crisis that we currently continue to face.
On 20th and 21st February, Cabinet Secretaries, Principal Secretaries and other senior government officials will review the performance of the current administration in implementing the Better Plan as agreed upon during the inaugural retreat on the 5th to 8th January 2023 in Nyeri County. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Nelias Wanjiru.
Thank you so much, Nelias, for that report. Still at it, and President William Ruto has told of former President Uhuru Kenyata for expressing frustration over some government decisions. Speaking during the opening of a joint national executive and the Kenya Kwanza parliamentary group consultative meeting in Naivasha, the head of state reminded Kenyata that he squandered his time with the Building Bridges Initiative Reggae. President Ruto has said that the leaders in the previous regime are beginning to realize that it is possible to implement the affordable housing project, at the same time urging MPs to support the Affordable Housing Bill 2023 when it comes up in Parliament.
We will implement the housing program. I don't want to say by whatever means possible. I have just said we will implement. We will. Because it is what other progressive countries have done. It has worked. It is not an invention. It is what it is. You know? And even those who are opposed to the housing program, it is not because they don't know that it is the right thing. Their problem is that it is us who are implementing, not them. It is just as simple as that. That is their quarrel. In fact, when I had one of our friends say yesterday, when, I don't know the day yesterday or the day before, that when he sees things, he feels like crying. It is true. Because they are now wondering, it was actually true that housing was possible, and we wasted time on reggae. You know, they feel like crying because they can actually see this housing was actually possible. Many people thought it was not possible. They can now see that it is possible.
Away from that, and for the last 3 months, parts of Kapushen and Kamalogon along the West Pokot and Elgeyo-Marakwet counties border have enjoyed relative peace with no single case of banditry activities taking place at the border. According to locals, the just concluded football tournament sponsored by the county government of West Pokot has played a huge part in the peace being experienced in the area prone to banditry. The football tournament brought together the two communities of Pokot and Marakwet, who vowed to end cattle rustling and banditry, promising to embark on peace efforts to restore calm in the area. Cases of insecurity have been a major challenge at the border, hindering learning activities. Last month, the Ministry of Interior deployed National Police Reservists at the West Pokot and its neighboring communities' border to restore peace, a move that has reduced cases on insecurity along the West Pokot and Elgeyo Marakwet counties.
Hii ward tuko na shida ya insecurity upande wa Kamele. Na unaona timu ya Kamele ndio imefika finali. So vijana wa Kamele wale sana sana iko shida ya insecurity, tunajaribu kulete hawa wasahau hiyo mambo ya insecurity, na hata wakati wanacheza huko Kamele huwa wanacheza na Kabieko upande wa Elgeyo Marakwet, na hata saa hii ile timu ya Kamele iko na wachezaji kutoka upande wa Marakwet. Na hiyo ni kuhusiana na mambo ya amani, kuhusisha vijana katika michezo ili wasahau mambo ya vita.
Kama county tunatumia hii fursa kuweza kukuza talanta zile za vijana wetu, na ukiangalia hapa katika nyuma yangu hapa tuna mchezo wa kandanda ambao unaendelea, na pia upande ule mwingine kuna timu ya volleyball inaendelea pia na mchezo, na hata zaidi ya hayo pia tumechanganya na mambo ya kitamaduni, yani cultural dance, ambayo pia kila wakati wanaingia baada nyingine ili kuweza kukuza zile talanta na kuweza kudumisha tamaduni ya Pokot.
Pia tukiongelea maneno ya security, tunaelewa hii Tapach ward iko karibu na Marakwet. Na hii border and security tulisema katika michezo wale pia wanaweza kuja huku, na pia sisi tutaenda pale, tutacheza pamoja ili tuimize maneno ya insecurity na tupunguze maneno ya kupigania.
Now, teenage girls from Bungoma County who got pregnant and were abandoned by their parents now have hope in life after receiving funding and getting technical training at the Chwele Technical School. While their children are being raised in the school where they study, the donors have given them sewing machine and equipment to start working, and those who qualify in the first and second phase will be supported to earn a living. Abigail Namude with that report.
The teen moms from Bungoma County were joyous after receiving technical lessons from the Chwele School under the sponsorship of Rotary International. The first phase with the 25 students has been completed, while the second phase continues with another 25 registered students. Graduates were awarded a sewing machine, sets and equipment to start working just to develop themselves in life and have a better future for their children. Esther Kageha, a mother of twins who is now an adult, is one of the girls who were affected but is now grateful in this center for the skills development. She says she has been studying at the school while her sons are being taken care of.
Kukuja kwangu hapa ilikuwa ni kwa ajili ya watoto, of which sikuwa na support kubwa kutoka kwa wazazi, na nikiwa at least saa hii naweza jikeep, naweza saidia watoto wangu.
Christine Ngereza, Chief Officer at Chwele Technical School, has congratulated the Rotary members for giving these young girls hope again, for sponsoring their studies and even rewarding their efforts with equipment to start working.
So for the restoration of hope for these young ones, it is a great admiration to us. And we really want to say thank you so much.
Rotary International through Rotary Club Bungoma Magharibi have made sure that this project is where it is. They gave us machines. These sewing machines, it's not Chwele VTC that bought them. It is the Rotary International, the sponsors. They also gave them the startup kits, the material, the sewing thread, scissors and everything to start with. They have provided all along.
The Secretary General in the Ministry of Education, Bungoma County, Nicholas Kiboi, has said that he will ensure that children who have decided to study technical courses get help to support themselves.
Waandika barua to the Chief Officer, Trade, Energy and Industrialization, through the Chief Officer, Department of Education and VTC, requesting the trade loans on behalf of these girls.
Project Chairman Peter Simiyu said the project takes 8 months to complete, and so far 25 students have graduated. However, Rotary President of Bungoma West Godfrey Wamalwa has advised the young women that upon receiving various skills, they deserve to be careful and diligent so that they can succeed in their lives.
Hao wanafunzi tunasupport wanafunzi 25 kwa darasa moja. So leo tumemalizana na phase 1 ambao ni wale wanafunzi 25. Kuna phase 2 ambayo ni ya wanafunzi wengine 25. Kwa hivyo kwa ujumla wanafunzi ni 50.
I think out of this activity we want you to continue having those smile, leaving this place better the way Madam have said, so that when you reach there, don't be tempted again.
Abigail Namude reporting for Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Abigail, for that report. Now, over 100 underprivileged youth in Laikipia County have benefited from Mlearning, a groundbreaking virtual technical training program initiated by Kenyan retired athlete Isaac Macharia in collaboration with the Kenswed School of Ngong and Swedish professor P.O. Hansson. Utilizing solar-powered tablets, students from off-grid areas can now access diverse vocational courses and acquire startup loans of up to 500,000 shillings from Kenswed. The students' progress is closely monitored through AI-assisted learning and a trade-grade examination administered by the Technical and Vocational Training Board to determine the growth. Kate and Diego has more details.
Over 100 underprivileged youths in Laikipia County whose parents cannot afford to enroll them in vocational training colleges have benefited from Mlearning, an initiative of Kenyan retired athlete Isaac Macharia in partnership with Kenswed School of Ngong and a Swedish university professor P.O. Hansson. The program will see students from off-grid areas use solar-powered tablets to study diverse vocational courses. Each of the students will receive 4,000 shillings to buy basic tools at the start of each course, with those qualifying getting business startup loans of between 200,000 and 500,000 Kenya shillings from Kenswed. The beneficiaries will undertake theoretical learning in any of the 50 courses uploaded from the tablets and their progress monitored frequently using AI for 6 months before taking a trade grade exam done by the Technical and Vocational Training Board. Swedish University professor and Kenswed CEO P.O. Hansson observed the remarkable impact of the program since its inception in 2009 through a partnership between Kenya and Sweden with the involvement of Kenyan athletes. He highlighted the emergence of clinics and schools alongside initiatives aimed at empowering girls in the region. He has also emphasized the program's primary objective, which is to address the educational deficit in Laikipia, highlighting strategies that have been implemented to tackle challenges like electricity shortages, leveraging solar technology, and providing digital training to the community.
We are doing this digital, which means both digital online and offline. We are using 2 devices, solar powered device and an online ordinary tablet. We do vocational training courses. We do 50 different courses with a variety where the learners can select from. It's video based, it's done by artificial intelligence, and it's practical, because with that skills they can start business and entrepreneurship, because that's the most important, to have an income.
Robert Prush, a Swedish university student, elaborated on their efforts to raise funds for the program. He outlined strategies such as organizing fundraisers across different universities in Sweden and establishing student organizations dedicated to raising awareness about the educational deficiencies in Kenya.
The fundraising is taking part in different forms. We have one, you can call it a grassroots organization, where people, private people in Sweden, mostly people from the University of Linköping, which I study at, they make awareness of the Kenyan situation for the people who can't afford going to school, and try to fundraise, maybe have a monthly subscription to pay some money, maybe $10, maybe $20.
The students expressed their gratitude with the program, recognizing it as a valuable opportunity to enhance their skills and contribute meaningfully to their communities. Hosea Warutere, a 24-year-old participant in the entrepreneurship program, is enthusiastic about applying the knowledge gained to leverage existing opportunities within his local community. He said he aims to use his entrepreneurial skills to catalyze positive change and foster economic growth in his immediate neighborhood.
Joined Kenswed in last year, 2023, in the end of the year. There were many courses, but I decided to get in entrepreneurship and computer, because around here we need more activities that we can do by ourselves. And as the government is insisting on creating our own jobs, so I found out that if I do an entrepreneurship course and mix it with a computer one, I can do something for myself.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Kate Andiego.
Thank you, Kate, for the reportage. Now, Embu Level 5 Hospital was on Monday a beehive of activities as hundreds of residents turned up for a free medical camp. Organized by the US-based NGO I Hope International in partnership with the county government. The medical camp, set to run up to Friday this week, brought together a team of 48 specialist doctors and nurses from the organization who will offer a wide range of treatment, including surgeries for patients with chronic illnesses.
We found our health sector in a very dire state. We had a very, very big challenge of supplies, pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical products. We had challenges of staffing. We had challenges of management, amongst other challenges within the health sector. And being a woman and knowing how critical health is for any family unit, I took it upon myself to ensure that we do as much as we can to get our health sector back on its feet. It's been a journey and we're still on it. We are not there yet, but I want to say that we've seen major development and major growth in the past 1.5 years.
With this medical mission, we shall be giving hope to some of our people who have lost hope. We shall transform lives. We shall change lives. We shall save lives. I looked at some of the cases that shall benefit from this mission and my heart was touched. Both old and young, hope cuts across all of them.
We are here to put Embu on the map and make our governor shine. Remember one thing, and I am so proud of Governor Cecil, because any governor or a leader who prioritizes healthcare is a good leader. You cannot be a leader who can be able to lead sick community. So if you are a leader who serves a community that is healthy, you are a star. And that is why we are here today.
Moving on swiftly, and Equity Group Foundation has admitted 505 scholars into this 26th cohort of Equity Leaders Program. The cohort, which was selected from the best performing students in the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examinations, Wings to Fly program, and Elimu Scholarship beneficiaries were onboarded following a comprehensive 2-week induction and training program. Established in 1998, ELP is a robust leadership development initiative designed for exemplary academic performing students. Its primary aim is to cultivate a network of transformative leaders who collaborate across borders and sectors, contributing to Africa's sustainable economic and social progress.
As a leader, distinguish yourself so that people can voluntarily follow you. Leadership is about distinguishing yourself. Followers are followers, but leaders are distinctively different. And leadership, ultimately through inspiration and transformative, is a catalyst of change. Leaders transform through change. The ceiling of every society is the quality of its leaders. Only leadership can break the glass ceiling of society. Only leadership. And it's inspirational and transformative leadership that Africa requires. Positional leadership you have already gained. Following, most likely you gain. Respect and honor, we can debate. Inspirational leader, maybe. Transformative leader, maybe. But if you become conscious, it will not be maybe, is you be. Because that which the mind can conceive, the body can deliver. And you are at a very privileged position while you still can transform yourself and farm the right leadership qualities, the right leadership values, that you never become consumed. Different words evoke different emotions. Wrong words cast aspersions of doubts. Wrong words trigger emotions of hate. A leader must be emotionally wise to know what emotions to drive in people. And when they know, they choose the right words. And that is what emotional intelligence is about. Nothing has ever been achieved without courage. But remember, boldness, courage leads to sacrifice. And it's not sacrifice if it's not pain. As a leader, this
Hello there, praise the name of the Lord. My name is Evelyn Wanjiro. To get Naiwe Maombi as your skiza tune, SMS skiza 8830022 to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
Africa International University takes pride in being at the forefront of producing Christ-centered leaders, transforming Africa and the world. At AIU, we lead, we innovate, we inspire, and we are a family bound by a common goal of transforming the world. There is no better time to think about your career transformation in an international community. Our intakes are in January, May, and September and are currently ongoing. Embark today on an exciting and life-building academic journey by enrolling in our diverse certificates, diplomas, bachelor's, postgraduates, master's, or PhD programs. Africa International University, a university in the heart of Africa, with Africa on its heart.
Je, ushawahi kuweka jambo kwenye mizani? Ushawahi kupata uzito wake? Haya basi, usitapetape zaidi. Naomba unigande, maana mizani ipo hapa kwa ajili yako.
Vyakula na mbegu za kitamaduni,
na kutuliza fikra na kukuwezesha kupima masuala ibuka katika jamii, tena kwa busara. Tukutane mizani kila Ijumaa saa 1 machweo kwenye runinga ya Hope TV.
And to some sporting action now, Kispet Queens secured a spot in the round of 16 by defeating Makolanders in the FKF Womens Cup preliminary match at Ruaraka grounds, taking a 15th-minute lead with an Ojwang Linda header. Kispet Queens held a 1-0 advantage going into halftime. Makolanders, however, responded strongly in the second half, netting 2 quick goals by Via Helen in the 56th minute and Origi Joelin in the 59th minute, claiming the lead. Achieng Asha equalized for Kispet Queens with a remarkable free kick, ultimately leading to a post-match penalty shootout. Kispet emerged victorious with a 5-4 scoreline. In the other fixtures, Ulinzi Starlets and Kenya Police Bullets advanced to the next round with their wins against Tuk Ravens and Embu Queens respectively. The FKF Women's Cup is set to resume on the 6th of April with a round of 16.
Every game tunachukulia kama game league sababu ni preparation ya kutupatia how we are going to attack the next game. So haijakuwa game rahisi because pia tumeleta watu wageni kwa game na wamedeliver.
Game imekuwa poa. Tumelearn a lot. Tumelearn tofauti wa level tofauti ya game. Tumepata exposure na tunashukuru for the first time tulipanda kutoka County League mpaka Division 1. Huko Division 1 tunaona ni kama tuko sawa na tunaona pia Premier level iko tofauti sana.
Meanwhile, Tusker FC have completed a double sweep over KCB, hitting them 2-0 at the Kenyata Stadium in Machakos to storm to that in the FKF Premier League standings. The 12-time champions, who beat the Bankers 5-0 in the first leg, scored second-half goals through Chris Erambo and John Juguna to ensure the gap between them and leaders Gor Mahia does not grow, though it remains in double digits. In the other FKF Premier League fixtures, Kakamega Homeboys and AFC Leopards played to a 0-0 draw, while Sofapaka and Mohoroni Youth also drew 2-2.
Yeah, game imekuwa nzuri, but kuna vitu zimefanyika, kuna scenes zimetokea mbaya sana hapa katika mchezo, na ningeomba sana marefari waweze kucontrol wachezaji. Ile karne ya leo mchezaji kutoa ngumi kupiga mwenzake na ni kitu wanafanya kila siku, yani kila muda. Huyo mchezaji tuliongea juu yake, na leo pia umeona anatoa ngumi, anapiga wachezaji, yani kitambo sana mambo ya kale sana. Hata yeye mwenyewe huyo mchezaji aibu kwake kubwa, acheze mpira wakishinda ashinde, tukishinda tushinde, lakini mambo ya kupigana mangumi aende boxing kule apigane.
Now, Rasmus Højlund's record-breaking double was enough to earn Manchester United a 10-1 win at Luton, a fourth leg victory in a row to take Erik ten Hag's side closer to the top four. The 21-year-old became the youngest Premier League player to score in 6 straight games as he put United 2 up inside 7 minutes, clinically finishing after 36 seconds following Amari's Bell's mistake before instinctively chesting in Alejandro Garnacho's shot from a corner. Carlton Morris rounded off a scintillating opening 15 minutes by pulling one back for Luton. Well, with that, to come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for watching Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and my co-presenter on the sign language interpretation tonight has been Boniface Morethi.